Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very special review, impressions of a knife that I've had for a while that I really like. It was a really cool knife that I got directly from White Mountain Knives, by the way. Great place to go shopping. And if you go to White Mountain Knives, use RNK10, you get 10% off. Highly recommend White Mountain Knives, great place. I really like Justin over there and that whole company. This is the Kershaw knives. This is the Bel Air. This is the Bel Air. I keep wanting to call it the Del Sol. I don't know why I would call it that, but it's the Bel Air. This is probably, just give you a heads up, this is the biggest bang for your buck out there. I think they've really done something special here. If you're looking for a great USA-made knife with great materials at an affordable price, stick around. I think you're going to be very impressed with this. If you haven't seen my unboxing and me talk about this, this is pretty exciting. All right, so let's talk about the knife name. The knife name is called the Bel Air, and it is a design by Kershaw Manufacturing, made here in the USA. That's part of the Kai group. Kai, not US. There's Kai USA, but Kai overall is a company out of Japan. But Kai USA is their USA division, and they have Kershaw within that. Is like ZT, Zero Tolerance, and I have a Kershaw Livewire that I love. I have a couple of Kershaw launches that are great knives, and then I have this Kershaw. Bel Air. And then I also have a Kershaw Iridium. I've actually given a couple of Iridiums away. I have a carbon fiber in M390 recently. I posted recently in the community post, I posted about a 14C28N in the topography kind of design, aluminum scale. Really some good designs coming out of Kershaw and great stuff. That my Livewire automatic, mine is in 20CV, but the newer ones are Magnacut, and Magnacut is great. This right here, I don't know who the designer is, if it's listed on here. I think that means it's in-house. I could be wrong. You guys who know, let me know. I don't know all the details of Kershaw, and when I look at the sites, I don't see a name listed, so I'm going to assume this is an in-house design. It is USA made. This is the number of the knife, is 6105. That's I guess the model number. It is Magnacut, made in the USA, and it's a Kershaw knife with this black stone washed finish on here. These are aluminum scales. They're like a white tannish aluminum scales. Beautiful material. I believe these are caged bearings. At least it's running like it's on caged bearings. Now, I thought my Hogue, oh, my gold class Hogue. What the heck do I call you? I can't remember. Misto, my Hogue Misto. I thought that was running on caged bearings, but it is phosphor bronze, so I could be wrong. I haven't taken this apart, and the reason why I haven't taken this apart is because I bought this with the intention of making this a giveaway. This will likely be probably a members giveaway. I've had a lot of members lately, and they're pretty amazing. And with the number of memberships growing up, I want to make sure it's something special for the members. I love giving regular giveaways as well. You know, we're going to have the big 5K coming up. So depending on when you see this video, may have already had the 5K. Maybe past that, which would be amazing and blow me away and humble me. But we're going to be doing some big giveaways for that. But then I do a weekly giveaway to all the members. And then I do a once-a-month giveaway to all my... I do a weekly giveaway to all the subscribers, and then I do a monthly giveaway to all my channel members. And so as of this video, I'm well over 120 members, which blows me out of the water, and I'm humbled by. You guys are amazing. So this is going to probably be one of those giveaway knives, and that's what I try to strive for. Something really cool, something I would like, and I think you guys would like. So I want to make sure it's a worthwhile knife. Now I'm recording this with my dog, my puppy. I'm trying to let him be free and kind of roam the house. He is getting potty trained, so if I break away suddenly and you see me edit a little section out, just be aware that's what's going on. As he is exploring my office right now. He's 3 to 4 months old, so you know, if he finds something, he'll start chewing. So just so you know. So I'm back. Yeah, so this knife, really great materials. Steel liners, a steel deep pocket carry clip, fully recessed screws, great access, beautiful clip. I love the design, works really well. Steel liners works really well. It is a crossbar lock. I think they have a name for it at Kershaw, but it's a crossbar lock. It's the same thing as the access lock that Benchmade first invented. So Benchmade did the first crossbar lock here, as you can see, but it's a crossbar. They called it access because that was their invention first, but the patent ran out, and so now you have this right here. This is really fantastic. The action on this one is ridiculous. Now, if it's phosphor bronze washers, you know, phenomenal. You could probably polish it and be even nicer. If it is caged ceramic bearings, you could probably put Skiffs in there. I didn't do that because, like I said, I'm going to make this a giveaway knife. But definitely something worth checking out if you're interested. Yeah, so great materials all around, beautifully chamfered. You can see that chamfering all the way around. It's got some jimping here, works really well. It's got some jimping on top, great thumb studs, beautiful volcano, nice. I would call this, since it comes over like a curve here, it's got a belly. So, I mean, you know, all the rules, you know, it has to be straight, has to be, you know, call it a modified sheep's foot, Wharncliffe, reverse Tonto, whatever, right? It's a cool blade shape. It's a very functional blade shape. You can choke up, you can do some pinch grip. It works really well. It's a very functional, useful blade shape. Beautiful, full flat grind, super, super thin. We'll go into some measurements here in a little bit. And it's got even a little lanyard loop. So if you need to put a lanyard in there, you go. But it's not prioritized. You can do a fully deep carry, which I think is great. Right now, this is the only color of the scales. I'm sure that they've got to have more coming out because this is really popular. The price is ridiculous for this thing. I'm back. So the price for this one is $149.99. And if you get it at White Mountain Knives, that's a great deal. But use RNK10, get 10% off. So you take basically 15 bucks off of that. So it goes to $139. $135. So it's about $135 for this knife. That is ridiculous for what you're getting. A USA made knife in Magnacut. And they're hitting, I believe they're hitting 62, maybe 61, 62, 61, 63, 62, 63. I don't know. I would think 62 is around the good place. I know when I did do a little stropping on this knife, it strops up nicely. It does take a little bit of work, which to me tells me that this is not a super soft Magnacut. When I got my first ProTech, I had a TR3 that my wife got for our anniversary. It was some of the first Magnacut from ProTech before they had Laren Thomas work with them. And it was like at 61. And that strops up really fast, gets sharp fast, but also loses. It's not as nice as Magnacut can be. When you get it to 62, 63, you're getting up there where you get some high performance out of it. I know some of the charts has, you know, listed differently depending on, and a lot of that has to do with heat treat, right? And so it's works really well. And I think I'm gonna guess, based on my gut feeling, I don't have a HRC Rockwell hardness tester or anything, but I'm thinking it's around 62. Maybe the high 61, but it feels like a 62. I wouldn't say it feels like McNeese at 63, 64, or my Chris Reeve Sabenza that's 63, 64. That takes a lot of work to strop. That's a lot of work. Or like, you know, when you're stropping S90V or S110V, that takes a lot of work too, right? Or Maximet takes forever. So, but it stays sharp forever. So if you keep on top of it, you know, stropping it even when it's sharp, it's not as much. So just my thought on that. But this is really cool. Magnacut steel, beautifully centered, by the way. Look at that. Like I said, the action, wonderful, ambidextrous, right? You got a clip that's absolutely reversible, which is really cool. Fully recessed screws, which is great going in and out of the pocket, I think I already mentioned. A couple of standoffs in the back, which works well. It's a very stable knife, very strong. I have large to extra large hands. I have large hands, actually. But I got meaty fingers. And so when I say extra large hands, it's like if you have a regular, not meaty fingers, this is about what an extra large hand would feel like. If you have very thin fingers, then you're probably double extra large. I can choke up here on the trigger point. So it gives me some extra room for like an extra large, double extra large hands if you got meaty fingers as well. I think it could make a nice small EDC knife. It might be a little too small for some double X, triple X hands. I get it. But it's very light. It's very EDC friendly. It's definitely a bug out contender. So, you know, just up front, let's just bring that out. Let me bring out my bug out. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Yeah, here's my bug out. I got a couple of bug outs. And then we'll bring in my Hogue, which is, this is like the big version of a Deca, right? So, but then you have the bug outs. And I've got a couple of bug outs here. This is the M90, and this was, I got Rockscale Design scales on this one. This is the M4 one, Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Do recommend Rockscale Designs. You saw my Benchmade earlier. So just a little comparison as far as what it goes. It's a little shorter blade for sure, but the handle wise, it's pretty similar, right? It might be just a hair slightly shorter than, you know, the bug out gets you a little more room up here, definitely for sure. And so if the size is not too small for you, I think this could make a very outstanding, very outstanding knife, right? I think this would be really, really cool. All right, so good size, got a nice finger choil, really solid presentation, chamfered all the way around. All the materials, I think, are just really, really fantastic. The blade, flat grind, super thin, slicey all the way. Comes to a very, very sharp. I was just stropping that, so I have some material from the strop on there. Usually I clean it off. Let me just wipe that off real quick. All right, so yeah, super crazy sharp. You can see I can shave myself with this blade. It's awesome. Great, great slicer. So yeah, access crossbar lock, thumb studs. Oh, by the way, typical with your crossbar lock, you can open and close with it too. So you have multiple deployments, right? And it's thin enough. Guess what? I've got middle finger reverse flicking, both left and right hand. So bonus flick. You know, I like that bonus flick. That's going to help scores in the end for sure. So very, very cool. So let's do some quick measurements. Let's see how much this guy weighs. It's not a super heavy knife, but it's not super light. 2.9 ounces, so it's not super, super heavy. You know, when you're thinking about a bug out, typically, now this is the aluminum scales, it's 2.5. It is a little bit lighter, and then I put the Rockscale titanium scales on here, 2.8, but this is titanium with a titanium backspacer. It's super cool. And then I, even like my Osborne recently, I put Rockscale Design on there and 3.2. I mean, you know, if you have full unmilled titanium scales, then you get up to that 3.6, right? So it gets a little heavy, but you know, it's not a heavy knife. It's a super, super light knife. All right, so let's do some measurements and get my ruler out here. All right, so we're looking overall, this knife going from tip, let me go all the way to the tip. Yeah, so all the way to the tip to here, we're looking at a knife that's right at 7 and I want to say 1/16 of an inch, barely past. If you do the clip, you're at 7 1/4, right? Grip wise, you have about 3.5 inches. If you do the choke up position, you do get about 4 inches of grip, so that's nice. If you're willing to do the choke up, just be careful of that. You maybe you could put a little sharpening choil there just in case you want to use that regularly so that it's more of a finger choil. It's just something you do lose a little bit of your blade. Overall blade length from the very tip to the back of the thing here, like let's go from the very tip, we're at 3 1/16 of an inch. If you look at overall cutting length from here to here, I am, exactly 3 inches. No, maybe 2.99 inches. It's very, very, watch your state and local knife laws. If you have a 3-inch rule, I don't know if you're going to get past that, just so you know. But if you don't, then you should be fine. Now, this is where I love it. This thing is so thin. So let's go ahead and measure that. We are at 81 thousandths of an inch. 81 thousandths of an inch. That is one of the thinnest blades out there. I mean, the bug out is thin. I mean, let's look at that. The bug out's always been thin. I think it's like 0.92 or 92 thousandths of an inch, I remember. Yeah, 92 thousandths of an inch. Super thin, super thin. That's the M4. Let's see, is the M390 any different? Maybe they're all the same. I think they should all be about the same. Yeah, it's 92 thousandths of an inch. So those are all super, super thin. Do I have anything that could compete with the thinnest? Maybe a TRM. So I have a Neutron. We could, no, that's the Atom. Where's my Neutron? Here we go. So a Neutron is pretty thin. I don't know how thin that blade is. Let me, well, that's about, still I think it's going to be thicker, but let's look. Yeah, 0.92 inches. So about 0.92 inches, that's bug out thinness, right? That's even thinner than the bug outs, TRM. I mean, that's pretty phenomenal, pretty phenomenal. So beautiful thinness. It's going to make it a great slicer. I mean, it's not a leverage knife. You're not going to be able to use this pry bar. I use the right tool. Oh, ooh, I just cut myself. So let me make sure I don't bleed on camera. All right, I'm back. We'll have to edit that out. I cut myself a little bit here. I was flicking, trying to go through this review quickly because I don't have a whole lot of time. I've got to go out to dinner tonight. So yeah, super, super thin edge. It's going to be great slicey. I wouldn't pry. Like I said, if you're gonna do something with a pry bar, get a pry bar. Get a pry bar and use that. That's what that tool is for. I don't use pry bars. If I need a real pry bar, I use a real pry bar, or I use, you know, my screwdriver. But if I did a lot of mobile photography, this would be a great tool, because I know a lot of photographers use this to unscrew their tools. But I got to be honest with you, when I do that, I use my arc, and on here there are tools that I use for. Is it this one? No, it's on this side, right? Yeah, here we go. I tend to use something like that. That's a great pry bar, and I like to have one tool with me. But if I needed to regularly, all the time, use a pry bar, this is what I would carry, obviously, and I would use that, and that would be a great tool. Don't use your knife. Use your knife for what it's intended, okay? So My 2 cents on there. All right, so budget. Is this a budget knife, regular knife, high-end knife, a custom knife, or mid-tech, what I call? So a budget knife is up to 100 bucks. It's not a budget knife. Is it a regular knife? Absolutely. 149, technically 135 with the RNK 10 discount at White Mountain Knives. You know, definitely consider that. You could even go to Smoky Mountain Knife Works if it's in stock. Add it to your cart. I recommend, you know, and then maybe wait a couple of days. Or if you're a brand new customer there, they usually give you a 10% coupon as a new customer. So definitely worth going checking them out too. I don't make anything off of that. I like them. I like the stores. I go where you find stuff. I have some affiliates. You see them down below. You want to help the channel, use the affiliate. You want to go to Blade HQ, Blade Ops, GP Knives. I'd appreciate it. White Mountain Knives, you get 10% off. And I could totally understand wanting to go there. And I would recommend it too. So there you go. Definitely a regular knife, but on the lower scale. It's not up at close to 300, it's closer to the low 135. So, but it's USA made, right? So what's the purpose? EDC 100%. Hard use? Hard use for a thin blade like this? Yes. A lot of box cutting. It's Magnacut. It's going to be tough steel. You're going to be able to cut tons and tons of boxes. You're going to be able to do, you know, cases of water, mulch, fertilizer, dog food, cat litter, Amazon boxes, letters, you know, presents, gift, anniversary presents. You're going to be able to open and close things all day long with this thing. It's going to just perform well, and being Magnacut and having a pretty good edge retention, it's going to last. It's going to last really, really well, and that has a lot to do with the heat treat, right? So, I think this is a great hard use kind of knife. Now, don't go chopping wood and things like that. Use the right thing. If you're going to be out there, you know, get a fixed blade. Use that, or get an axe, right? This is a fixed blade. If you're going to be out in the wild, you know, I would get something like this. This is the new McNeese fixed blade. Definitely consider that. It's a Ridge Rider. Definitely consider a good fixed blade, by the way. I don't have a lot of fixed blades. I have a couple. I have one from Tactile Knife, the Dread Eye, and now I have the Ridge Rider. Love them both. Great knives. This right here is a great tool for everyday EDC. I think you can go in the office, in and out, all sorts of stuff. And I can't wait till they have some other colors, but this is a nice color. It's very subtle, sort of a light tan, creamish kind of whatever. I don't know what you call it. It's supposed to be white, but it's not really, really white, because white's a different color. You know, that's white. That's not quite white, right? So anyways, but really, really good. So overall design, how do I think? Handling and opening. So I've been flicking it like crazy, probably driving a bunch of you nuts, and you're probably thinking, would you stop flicking it? It is a fidgety, fun knife. I can fidget this all the way. It's easy access to the lock bar. It's kind of like the Pirate. You just put your hand right here in this little curve, move your finger up, you can deploy this thing. Just go straight up, you'll deploy this. Anybody, straight back, reverse, left, right hand works really, really wonderful. It's fidgety, it's great to open. I can also use the Axis crossbar lock to open it up. Works fantastic. Love that. The close, beautiful. This is really tuned well. No blade play, it's in there nice and solid. It is a crossbar lock, so you get that little movement. That's because the bar goes right over that round part. And what you'll see, as soon as I start moving it, you see that moves. And it's not that it's loose, it's just, you know, there's almost so much tension. That's the design of the knife. That's what a crossbar does. And if you're not a crossbar fan, I get it. This knife's not for you, right? Get a frame lock, get a liner lock, whatever. That's your knife. I totally get it. But this is a great knife, I think. So opening, closing, fantastic. So fidget factor. Well, we got the thumb studs. Both work outstanding. The crossbar lock, outstanding. The drop, outstanding. This is executed well. The bonus flick is really, really good. I mean, it's like, I could make this my dominant way to open this knife. You know, I have the Caviezo Keen. It's a Ray Laconico design. Love that knife. It stays in my collection. I had a mini Keen, gave that away, one of my giveaways, but the Keen, I love that knife. And it is a middle finger primary reverse flick kind of knife. It is a full flat grind, but it works really, really wonderful. I do that with my Urban XL, and the one from Urban EDC, the Urban LC that they have there, is middle finger reverse flick. It's primer, and I could actually do that all day long. I could even do, if I wanted to, a slow roll with that middle finger, but you can also do slow roll here as well, and it just closes really, really nicely. The action is fantastic. So I say all that, the fidget factor, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 6 out of 10. Maybe I'll give it a 7. I don't normally do that. It's executed so well. I'm giving you an extra point because it's just done well, and it works well, and it's consistent. And this beautiful stone wash makes this not slip, gives you just a perfect amount of traction. So yeah, this is a 7 out of 10 for fidget factor. That's a high one for an Axis lock. I mean, I don't even think my Benchmade, yeah, see, I can can I do it on my, yeah, I can do it on this one. I can get in there, but I can't do it as well as I can on that Kershaw. I can. It takes a little, let's see here. I gotta get in there. I gotta get a little wrist flick going. Let's see here. Can I get this one going? Ah, this one's tough. Even though the deployment on this is beautiful, it's just hard. I don't have enough access to get in there. But this one is just perfect. It's really great. So the fidgety goodness of this is 100% A+, no questions asked. I'm not even gonna evaluate it. I know 100%. 7 out of 10, which is really great for, you know, just a thumb stud technically deployment, but it is crossbar lock and it does have that bonus fidget. So I'm gonna give it a 7 because all that works so nicely and 100% of that. So overall thoughts, is it recommended? Well, I mean, you guys probably already figured it out. Yes, absolutely 100% recommended knife. Definitely recommend this knife. I think this is a knife you should get for your collection. I highly recommend you consider adding it to your collection. Who knows, if you join one of the live streams or if you're a channel member, it might be a giveaway knife. You might win it here on the channel. So hopefully you come back if I haven't already given it away. If you see this video before the giveaway, come join the live stream on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Central. So anyways, there you go. That is the Kershaw Del Sol. I did it again. I did it again. I called it it's the Bel Air. Bel Air, Robert. It's the Bel Air. This is the Bel Air. I don't know why I want to call it Del Sol. I don't know. Something is in my brain thinking of that. But this is the Bel Air. Really, really great knife. Highly recommend this. At least at the time of the video, you saw the prices. Things could change. Obviously, inflation occurs. They could have different materials, right? If they do this in titanium, it might be more expensive. If they do different, you know, different things, I'm sure at some point they might even have a premium version of this, right? Could be like some really fancy titanium version, you know, and who knows? Maybe Rockscale Designs will start doing some of their fancy scales for it or something. But great knife, great knife. Highly recommended. Think you should get it. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments down below. Any questions for the channel, I'd love to hear from you. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, or worthwhile, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, hey, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel, allows the channel grow, produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you. Thank you to all of you guys who watch the videos, who like the videos, and who have even subscribed. Man, I really appreciate you guys. You have no idea. And if you haven't already, hit that notification button down below so you can be notified of future content. And to all the channel members, a big, huge thank you. Thank you, thank you. For those of you who've been here since the beginning, joined along the way, and joined recently. I sure appreciate you. It allows me to do things and great giveaways like this. This is, obviously, I think this is going to be a channel member giveaway. I'm pretty sure. This is because channel members numbers have gone up and I'm just humbled by it. And I want this to be something special for you guys. And I'll have something special for the subscribers. Don't worry. And then, you know, we'll have other big milestone giveaways. It'll be awesome. But members, you really do humble me in the stuff you do. So thank you. I just want you want you guys to have a chance at something cool like that. So if you become a channel member, there's a link down below. There's 3 different tiers. You know, $3 a month, $5 and a $10. I would love to have you as a member. I'd be honored to have you. Please don't ever feel obligated. Just watch the videos, enjoy them. I'm honored by that. But if you do, the member once a month giveaway. And also if you're a brand new member, or if you've been a member for a while and you're still a member and you haven't emailed me yet, email me with your name and address. I'd love to send you a sticker, just a small way for me to say thank you and appreciate you, okay? I would love to hear that from you, and I'd love to send you that sticker. It's just a small way, above and beyond the giveaway. And there's also different exclusive content. Sometimes you get different tiers. You get a little extra behind the scenes look and stuff like that. If we ever do a knife sale, there's other benefits there as well. So things like that, you know, I just want you to know that. It's my way to just to say thank you. Thank you to you guys. So yeah, hey, thank you. And if you haven't already, check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.